Salvador Perez has given us a lot of fun years, but he's 35 years old on a 2-year deal that ends in 2027, and very soon it'll be time for another backstop to take over. Carter Jensen is the top prospect in the Royals farm system. He is a catcher, and here's what you need to know about him. For starters, his best attribute is his power, a 60 grade on his scouting report, and that's backed up by his 61 minor league home runs in 484 contests. That would put his 162-game average right around 20 home runs. The 22-year-old backstop really leaned in to that powerful swinging motion in 2025 as he logged a 878 OPS across two levels, including a 1,051 mark in 43 games as a member of the AAA Omaha Storm Chasers. That further translated into his brief stint in the majors at the end of last season, where he throttled 2 home runs and 6 doubles across just 60 at-bats. When we talk about Carter Jensen's legacy 15 to 20 years down the road, mentioning the power is going to be a non-negotiable. Now, power is one thing. There are plenty of prospects and even major league players who don't stand the test of time because while they're really strong and while they have a lot of power, they're yet to meet a pitch they don't like. At almost every single level on his way to making his major league debut a couple of months ago, Carter Jensen's walk numbers weren't far from his strikeout numbers. In terms of his development, one of the main notes is that he actually needs to work on being less passive and more aggressive at the plate. Working counts has seemingly always been in Jensen's nature. Now that next step is about finding drivable pitches early in the count when an opposing pitcher is trying to get ahead and attacking them. Either way, somebody who has pop and knows how to lay off the out-of-the-zone stuff, that's a solid foundation for somebody who's getting his first licks in at the big stage. Now, you've heard of the stories of the hometown kid making it in his town. LeBron James was just a kid from Akron. Derrick Rose was Chicago-born and raised. Well, Carter Jensen is from Kansas City, and now he's playing pretty well for the Royals. He grew up cheering for the very team he's on now thanks to a third-round selection in the 2021 MLB draft. It makes it all the more sweet knowing the Park Hill High School product hit his first major league home runs, plural, at Kauffman Stadium. And he made that night count, putting up a 3-for-4 performance with 2 long balls on September 16th of this past season. There's your welcome to the big leagues moment. And another thing to note about Carter Jensen, this guy's got experience. We're seeing it more and more where prospects drafted in the first couple of rounds fly up their team's farm system in 2 years or less. And their major fundamental issues have to be solved and worked out at the major league level. Well, we brought it up before. The guy has nearly 500 minor league ball games under his belt, despite being a third rounder. He's been a part of 5 seasons in the Royals system, with the last 4 having at least 100 games behind them. So even though Kansas City's young backstop will be just 22 years old and likely taking on a larger role when the upcoming 2026 season rolls around, he'll actually be entering his 6th season of professional baseball so far. So lots of experience for him. And last but certainly not least, you don't see this very often, but Carter Jensen's got pretty stern competition. The Royals' top 2 prospects are catchers. Now, with the nature of their situation, Salvy Perez being in his mid-30s and Jensen already cracking the majors, maybe this means both he and Blake Mitchell, the number 2 prospect, share the workload in the near future. The point here is that Carter Jensen is not alone in the future backstop sweepstakes. But when you have a surplus of talent in one area and you're a sub-500 team aiming to punch up in a relatively wide-open division that is the AL Central, I get curious as to how often Mitchell is brought up in those trade conversations. Blake was drafted 8th overall in the 2023 draft, so there's lots of upside, but he's still in high A quad cities with the River Bandits. He's yet to log a batting average over 232 over 3 different seasons, and the strikeout rate is still well above average. The arm strength, on the other hand, 70 grade for a reason. This is a defense-first catcher, at least at this point in his development. He used to touch 97 miles an hour as an amateur pitcher, so now it's just about honing in on his target, as he only caught 14% of attempted base stealers in 2024. There's everything you need to know about Carter Jensen for now as he embarks on his first full season in the majors. If you like Royals baseball and baseball in general, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, leave any video suggestions in the comment section below, and we will catch you in the next one.